Crazy moments at PatriotTV, your home of information and entertainment. Crazy match between Manchester City and Liverpool ended in a 1-1 draw. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Wale, as usual, to give him, to give you guys his 100% analysis about today's match. It's been crazy. Chances been lost on both ends. Liverpool should probably have, won the match, but this outcome actually favored Arsenal the most. And Mr. Wale is like, a loving Arsenal fan. So I'm here with you guys today from PatriotTV, your home of information and entertainment. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and turn on the notification button as to give you updates as season goes on. Mr. Wale, 1-1 Liverpool Man City.
Well, it was what we hoped for. A draw was what we wanted, and we got a draw. So I guess it's a good feeling. Arsenal on top of the table.
Okay, so how well do you feel Arsenal will be able to maintain this lead? It's just a goal lead between Arsenal and Liverpool, then a point between Arsenal and Man City. How do you feel Arsenal will probably be able to hold on as season goes on?
Well, I guess we'll find that out in 2 weeks' time when Arsenal and Man City play. That is the important thing. That is the match that will now decide who goes up front on the table. So in that match, Liverpool will also be hoping that Arsenal Man City drop points, just like Arsenal fans wanted to drop points today. So we are going to see what happens in that match in 2 weeks' time, and that will decide. Okay, that will open up the table some more or clog everything up, whichever is going to see. But I really, as an Arsenal fan, I really wish that Arsenal can win that match, because one thing that Arsenal have decided on, that this season they need to take points from their direct opponents if they really want to win the league, and they've been able to do that. In 6 points against Liverpool, Arsenal took 4 points, and also they've already taken 3 points from Man City. So a draw is going to be a fair result next in 2 weeks' time. A draw, but Man City will also need to actually win in order to cement their place on the table to go higher. So it's all to play for at this moment. It's tight at the top, but everything is to play for.
Okay, so Liverpool has some players injured, and they are still able to put on a performance against the City. How do you feel Liverpool would be able to maintain this their first team being out, or majority of their first team being out, and still going head to head with contenders in the league?
That goes to show you the kind of quality in the team and the culture that Jurgen Klopp has inspired in that Liverpool team. But yes, they had a lot of first team players injured, but most of them are all coming back now. And even in this game, they only had about 2 academy graduates who were playing. Every other person is a first teamer that has been playing over time and have a lot of experience. So they've been able to build to their team to that point, and that is one of the hallmarks of a good team. The same thing with Man City, same thing with Arsenal. Even when there are injury crisis, Arsenal has also dealt with a lot of injury crisis this season. They've had players coming and going, but those who are called, they've stepped up. Edin Ketia is not a top striker, but he already has 5 goals this season. Jesus has 5 goals. What is his name? Kai Havertz has 8 goals. So they come in and they play their role. They do what they have to do. We've not seen Fabio Vieira in a long time, but others have been coming in. We've seen Anthony coming. We've seen Patriot just return. So it's just like that on both sides. But it just goes to show the kind of culture that has been instilled in the team, that even when the younger ones are coming, they're able to meet up to that standard because that culture is within them, and that is kudos to the coaches themselves. That is the work of a coach. It's fantastic. So, but now the players are coming back, and that is one of the strengths that Liverpool will be hoping to capitalize on, having their full team fit and back. So we'll see how it pans out as the remaining season March and April. We'll see how it pans out.
Okay, so to the Man City-Liverpool match once again, a whole lot of controversies. The first goal, Nathan Ake was actually guiding a player off that, that gave John Stone the goal. A penalty controversy. A penalty be given to Liverpool. What is your whole opinion about the whole controversies? A possible red card probably for Ederson, in that tackle against Darwin Núñez and all.
Okay, I don't think it was a red card in any of this thing. But the yellow card was fair because it was a 50-50 challenge and it was late. So it wasn't a record. There was no reckless challenge, and there was no. Both players had their eyes on the ball. So there was no intent to go and injure the other person. So there's not going to be a record. But for me, I wouldn't blame Ederson much. I'm going to blame Nathan Ake for the pass. It was a wrong pass, and from the way Nathan Ake stood, Darwin Núñez was in his blind side. So when he gave the ball to Ederson, it reminded me of when Steven Gerrard passed the ball to goalkeeper and so it was exactly the same scenario. But Ederson's reaction was quick. He was quick off the line. It felt he had a chance to clear the ball, which was when. But the moment he saw that he wasn't going to get the ahead of Darwin Núñez, he tried to pull out from the tackle, but it was too late, and also ended up injuring himself in that process. But kudos to him, he tried to carry on, but when he couldn't carry on, he bowed out of it. So I don't see much of a controversy there. For me, the controversy happened right at the end of the game when Doku went with his feet up for the ball. So I understood the referee and VAR in that point now, because both players didn't really have much of the ball. Both players got the ball, but none of them had the ball under control. But was it a high boot? It was just below the shoulder level. So all of those things. So high boots is actually considered from shoulder level and above. But so his boot was below shoulder level. So all of these technicalities came into play. So, but of course, was there contact? Yes, there was contact. But was the contact hard, or was it? It was a light contact. All of these things came to play. So I guess the referees, they looked at all of those scenarios, and they just allowed, let's play it as it is. Let the game go on, and that was what they did. So, but for me personally, I felt it was a penalty.
Okay, so we saw in the game when Kevin De Bruyne was being stuffed up, and Guardiola trying to explain one or two things. Do you feel Kevin De Bruyne should probably have stayed in the game, and probably his effect might actually giving Man City a win today?
At the point Guardiola took out Kevin De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne had lost control of that game, and I think that was why. It might create a moment of magic, but the way the game was progressing, Kevin De Bruyne was losing his influence in that game. It was completely out. He was playing an emotional game in that place, because the moment Liverpool equalized with that penalty, what they now did was they formed a mid block. That is, they brought in bodies into the midfield, so they had more bodies into the front. So they played their high pressing game. 4 people in the middle, 4 people in front, 4 people in the middle, and then 2 at the back, leaving only Van Dijk and Kwanzaa. So you had Conor Bradley and Joe Gomez pushing into the middle. So, and also sometimes Darwin Núñez was dropping back into the middle. So they were having more people in the bodies in the middle than Man City. And Liverpool and Manchester as one team. The best way they play their game is they try to pipe pressure on you, get the ball off you as soon as possible, and then continue to attack. They don't sustain pressure. They don't mind losing the ball, because their best strength is that they are going to win it back as quick as possible. But Man City's strength is a sustained pressure. They win the ball back. They are not so quick to attack you, but they keep putting you under pressure for a long time and look for loopholes within. And it is in that scenario that Kevin De Bruyne thrives. In that scenario, he's able to try the pass for his runners to the wings or to Erling Haaland. But the moment they began to play that transition game, counter-attack with Liverpool, they were not getting anything. They were being stopped in the middle, and De Bruyne was too emotional in the game, too invested in the game to actually say that he had lost control of the midfield. And that was when Guardiola did his substitution. Of course, he didn't go down well with him, because he felt he still had a lot to offer in the game, which all big players have that. And I think kudos to Pep Guardiola. He showed respect to Kevin De Bruyne by going to go meet him and explain the reason why he had to take him out. Of course, emotions are running high. He might not have seen it then, but I know one thing about Kevin De Bruyne is that after the game, he's going to calm down. He will look at it. The reason why I say this, I think last season in the match between Arsenal and Man City, there was a time he had a brush off with Arteta during the game. But after the game, he went to Arteta and they both talked. They both talked, and they were able to settle things. But in the heat of the moment, you can't blame a player for the way they react. It's like that when you're in the game and all that. So, but I think kudos to Pep Guardiola showing the respect he has for Kevin De Bruyne, because I don't think that is something you see every day for a coach to go and explain to his player why I removed you out of the game. You understand? So I guess they will both be fine.
Okay, so a whole lot of talking points and controversies in this match against Liverpool and Man City ended in a 1-1 draw in favor of Arsenal. A bit of goal difference, a bit of points. We still have 10 matches to go. Arsenal winning back-to-back 8 Premier League wins since the time of probably Arsene Wenger or something. Liverpool still there, Man City still there. Probably they are losing their beats, their touch, their winning touch and all. But we hope Arsenal go all out. We hope Liverpool go all out, and Man City also go all out. Bearing in mind that the Liverpool is still in the Europa League, Man City still currently in the Champions League, and Arsenal facing Porto on Wednesday or probably Tuesday. So it's going to be a very, very tough season. Close points at the end, at the top of the table, and a whole lot of activity, injury, controversies, and everything in this match today. We hope to keep giving you more updates from Patriot TV, your home of information and entertainment. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and share our handle all over the all social media and help us grow the community. Don't forget to also turn on the notification button as season goes on. Thank you. Stay blessed.